Hello lovelies, welcome back to another video of the world of Gem. I am Prwwtygem, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the downside of being a pretty girl. I'm not saying I am a pretty girl, but I am. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the downside of being pretty, because everybody wants to be pretty, right? Like, everybody wants to be good looking, everybody wants a good appearance, whatever. Number one, no one in this world gets played more than a pretty girl, okay? It's one of the greatest downfalls. Men do not take you that serious when you are a beautiful, pretty, you draw attention type of female. They always assume that you must be talking to 10 other dudes, you must have a roster, and then for some reason they always get insecure. And I'm not saying every man is like this. Obviously, if you are a man that has developed yourself, if you've worked on yourself, this is a man's ego coming to play, right? You get with the really, really pretty girl, all of a sudden, all of your insecurities start coming out. And it's like these men have always turned it into a competition. The men that are ran by their egos sometimes try to compete with the pretty girls. And they're all of a sudden wondering, why me? Like, she must have 1,000 men after her, 100 men texting her, like, why did she choose me? And all of a sudden, it's like they're battling themselves, but they take it out on you. You know what I'm saying? So, getting played is one of the biggest ones, to be honest. Like, a lot of men go for appearance. They don't really take the time to get to know you or actually spend time with you. They're drawn and distracted by the outside, the superficial, and then they draw their own conclusions about you without actually taking the time to get to know you. Number two, everybody always assumes that pretty girls, extremely beautiful girls, even models or actresses, that they're always happy, that there's nothing wrong in their lives. How can you possibly be depressed? Like, what are you talking about? You're beautiful, you have everything. And pretty girls have a lot of insecurities. They do, and even I do. A lot of really famous models and actresses, I've heard of even girls committing suicide, and all of a sudden everybody is shocked. It's like, oh my God, she was so beautiful. How could she do that? She had everything. She had money. She had the houses. She had the beauty. A lot of pretty girls have a lot of things going on in their lives that they don't express. There's a lot of things that do, you know what I'm saying, affect you deeply, but everybody always expects you to put on a smile, and they don't ever take you serious when you talk about your sorrows, because you on the exterior look fine all the time. Nobody ever takes the time to truly ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling. Everybody assumes that you must be happy all the time just because you're pretty, and that is not the case at all. A lot of the times I know that I prefer to cry in silence, and it's just me. Whenever I am going through a lot, or I am experiencing sadness, or just, people just get sad sometimes. I just want to be alone. I rather just process it by myself and on my own. But I know that a lot of pretty girls deal with that. That people always assume that they're just happy all the time, and that's not true. And finally, it's harder for pretty girls to make friends, female friends, and keep female friends around. For some reason, men don't have this issue with each other. They are die hard, bro code strict. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to females, for some reason, there's always competition. There seems to be a sense of competition. And when you go out in public, or you're trying to make new friends or whatever, for females, it's a lot harder for us to make genuine friends and trust them, because we never know what their motives are. A lot of girls are envious and jealous. They might think that you're not sincere, so then they're not sincere. It's like a back and forth type of dance. So it's really hard for extremely beautiful and pretty girls, or girls that draw attention, to make genuine female friends and keep them. And it's kind of sad because the ones that, you know, if you guys have experienced it, every female has experienced this before. You make a friend of, you used to be friends with somebody so close, and then all of a sudden something happens and you guys fall out, and it's heartbreaking. The breakup of female friendships, or like just friendships in general, is a lot harder, and it hits us a lot harder than losing any other, like a boyfriend or like a breakup or like anything like that, because it's rare to have it. It's rare to find genuine female friends. I cannot tell you why we're like this, but I know that we are. We always have our guards up somehow and always try to compare ourselves to other girls, and we need to not do that. Like, we need to support each other. We need to uplift each other and help each other out. Because out here, like in general, like in the world that we live in, this world is mainly ran by men already. And it's like, we have the girls against each other. Like, we're just stupid. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So let's just have each other's backs, like support each other. We'll get a lot further that way than trying to compete with each other all the time. There's plenty for everybody to go around, and if you do see a beautiful girl and you start to feel envious, it's a feeling that sometimes we can't help, because even I have felt it. Okay, the jealousy that like, ooh, she has something that I want. What is it? Is it the aura? Is it do you just think that she's better than you? Or just like, you know, take the time to question what it is that bothers you. And those are things that you need to work on within yourself. It's not about the other person. So, downsides of being a pretty girl, you know what I'm saying? Another big thing is like in the workforce, like men do take advantage of you if you're pretty. You need to know how to handle older men when you're a pretty girl, because if you're young and you start working at a corporate industry or something, the men most of the time know how to take advantage of that. And like, you need to learn how to set boundaries. Any workplace that you're at, if you're young and beautiful and you work with older men are weird, man. They're just weird. And when you're innocent, like I think back now to when I started working, you think that it's okay. You think like the stuff that they do is just like, but they know what they're doing, trust me. So if you're young and you're beautiful and you're just starting to work, or you work around men, like learn how to set boundaries. Learn how to say no. Don't do no hugs, no side hugs. These men do not need to be touching you, okay? Especially when they're older. Like when you get to work, like especially the cooks. I'm just gonna put it out there because I used to work in restaurants. Man, some of the cooks are weird. Older, whole married ass men. The men are just weird. So, you know, like if you're a pretty girl, you're gonna have to learn how to fight your own battles, because ain't nobody gonna fight them for you. People think you're perfect. People think that your life is perfect, that there's nothing wrong with you, that you're never gonna be sad, that there's just a lot of generalizations about pretty girls. And I feel like, yes, everybody wants to be pretty, everybody wants to have the attention, but it's not good all the time. It's not all good attention, and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just want to live life in peace. So this is the downside of being a pretty girl. If you're a pretty girl, I'm sorry. I know you guys have dealt with all this shit before, 100%. Not even that. Like, I feel like most females have dealt with things like this, like in general, because it's rare. To me, honestly, like all girls have their own type of beauty. So blessings. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Blessings. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video.